Hey guys, how's it going? Jordan Orell here, making my daily video on circumcision. If you didn't know that I make absolutely no money on this whatsoever, you may be forgiven for thinking that I now have a sponsor, pomegranate juice. But no, this is just because I'm actually so broke I have to make my own audio and visual equipment from scratch. And so because of that, I use this cutout pomegranate juice bottle. Free advertisement for them. If they did want to become a sponsor at some point, I'd be totally down for that. Please give me money. I could use it. I promise I won't use it to buy a new mic cover if that's the sponsorship who picks me up. So today I want to talk a little bit about self-care because I was going to make a video today and I realized that I had such little energy. I felt so shitty that I couldn't do anything at all. And I try to make these videos every day even when I feel like shit, but it's like I really don't want to make a video that is that low of quality. So what I did was I took some time, I meditated, I rested, I kind of just laid on the floor and let my whole entire Intactivist, everything just fall away and let it all go for a minute. And that was really helpful. And now I got this new setup and feeling more energized. Decided to just take today off of work because I've been working like a maniac. And yeah, feeling really good now. But I want to take this time to say I think it's really, really important that Intactivists don't overwork themselves because it actually makes them in the long run less efficient. So things that are important for me personally, one of the biggest ones is getting enough sleep is huge. I need like 9.5 hours of sleep just to function normally. And it's a struggle, it's just so much a struggle with different things, figuring out how to do that. But it's important. That's the most important thing, I would say. And after that, I would say it's having enough money, because if I don't have enough money, then I can't do any of the other self-care things either. Like I have to work more. So I have to keep on making money. That's an absolutely essential thing that I'm still learning every day, trying to figure out how to do that. But that's super important actually for self-care. Another thing that's important is meditation, is my spiritual life, is taking time to reflect, taking time to be still, to breathe, some time every day, maybe a half hour, maybe an hour, sometimes more if I really want to develop spiritually. But doing something in my spiritual life to, really hone my consciousness and my ability to be present. Those are actually essential skills for also being a good Intactivist, is being a good listener, being able to be very relaxed and, coming from a place of love, from a place of really, I love this now that I don't have the mic in my face, I can actually move around. So meditation is huge for me. I have to do that every day. I haven't been doing that, and that's the main problem, I think, because I think I need to make more money, and it's a balance between all these things. You have to do all of them to the extent that you need and not go too overboard, as I do with everything all the time. So the next thing is being really social, and that can be, social events or social things with other Intactivists. I love talking to Intactivists over webcam. I love meeting Intactivists I know in person. I love doing other spiritual activities with Intactivists I know. So many things, and it's really, really useful to me for really keeping my energy stable, keeping myself feeling alive, feeling good. They say that not being social connected is one of the top risks for suicide and for depression. And so I think it's really important to remember that you got to always try to connect with at least one person every day. Have a list of people you can call your Intactivist friends if you want. If you have good relationships with your parents or your family or other friends, just do that. And it's really powerful how building that community over time can support you. It's something I also haven't done a great job of, but the more that I've done it, the more I've come to appreciate how it makes my whole life just better. It makes me happier, makes everything run smoothly. And on that note, I'd also say, there is value in trying to work out relationships with parents. A lot of people who have this intactivism as an interest tend to have problems with some of their family or friends who disagree with them. And I think it's really valuable to try to keep things as, friendly as possible, and gradually over time keep introducing these topics, keep on giving them more information as slowly as they need to take it. And it may be very difficult, but I do believe that eventually it can change anybody's mind. It's really just a matter of putting the friendship first and making sure that, you're not alienating them and making it so that they're just, write you off as basically being crazy and, having gone off the deep end and gotten obsessed with this weird thing that just doesn't make any sense to them. And it's very easy for them to think it's your fault, think that you're crazy. So don't give them that option by staying sane, by taking care of yourself and by being friendly towards them. And you will see, eventually almost anyone can change their mind on this. I really believe that. Another thing that's been important for me is actually doing psychological healing work. And I try to do that every single day. I do half an hour to an hour of therapy stuff. I have exercises I do. I have a whole trauma healing playlist if you want to know more about that. But you can go to an actual therapist, or you can just do other activities that are therapeutic for you, like going outside and spending time in nature, or whatever. I don't know, what's your therapeutic activity, what makes you feel good, what makes you kind of let go of things, but also, processing things and going into things, which is what therapy does, is actually going into that trauma of circumcision and how it's affected you. Can be really, really useful, especially if you're a man who is circumcised. Then I would especially highly recommend doing some kind of therapy directly confronting that. Another thing is really just having fun. Like I said, going outside or playing music or doing anything that you enjoy, that makes you feel good, that makes you feel like you have a full, enjoyable life, a life that you love. And if you can do that, if you can really find a way to enjoy your life, that makes everything else flow so much easier. And also enjoy your intactivism. If you can find a way to have fun while you're doing it, find people you like, find whatever your niche is, if that's protesting, if that's writing stuff, if that's working with an organization, doing some kind of art, filmmaking, whatever it is. It could be getting a medical degree and fighting it that way. There's so many different directions you can take with this, but find your passion, find the way that you can enjoy doing intactivism, and that makes it so much more sustainable. Another thing that I always try to do is exercise every day and eat healthy food. Whatever that means to you. It could be vegan, could be paleo, could be trying not to eat 8 pounds of sugar every day. It could be, trying not to do too many drugs or do the right drugs. Whatever's your cup of tea. Drink some tea, drink lots of water, do some cardio every day, do some yoga, whatever it is that you need to do that keeps you physically healthy, makes everything else run more smoothly. It's just a fact of science again. I try to back everything up with research, and if you really, really want to know, I'm sure I could find some stuff that proves all my points here. Finally, media consumption is one thing that I think gets understated as its effect, and that can mean, how much time you're spending on Facebook or Instagram or Snapchat, whatever your social network of choice is, and maybe doing less of that, maybe doing more of it. I don't know. What do you need to do to make you feel good, to energize you? To me, if I spend too much time, it takes energy away, and so I have to be very careful not to overdo it with those. And I like to actually also listen to media that inspires me, like Gary Vaynerchuk, or a spiritual teacher I follow, Gangaji, or there's so many great different motivational, inspirational speakers out there who produce media that actually really energizes me and makes me a better person. So I try to carefully select who is it that I'm following and listening to. And one other thing actually also is geographic location and living situation is something that I think people also forget. Right now I'm living with 3 roommates in Colorado, which is definitely better than living with my parents in Minnesota. I get really depressed in the cold darkness that is Minnesota. And here I feel a lot happier. I feel a lot better. I would actually much rather live alone. I'd much rather live in California. So there's more steps up, but it's also balancing that, as I said, with money, with other factors of my life situation, of trying to fit everything together in the puzzle pieces in the right places and make it all work. So that's it from my Intactivist self-care tips. Those are just a few of the things I do. I would recommend really looking at asking yourself, what do I need to stay energized, stay on top of things? How do I find that balance between doing the right Intactivism where I can do a really good job at it and also, take care of myself and live my life in a way that makes doing this Intactivism sustainable over time. I love doing Intactivism. I do it, hours every day, and the rest of the time I'm basically working and saving up money so I can do more Intactivism. That's sustainable for me because I'm really passionate about it, and I don't mind not having a life. But for each different person, some people like having an actual life and doing more things, and it's all about finding how it fits together for you, what you need. So would highly encourage you to get a routine, get the pieces in order, and keep on. It's a practice over time. Keeps on developing and changing, and it's a moving target. So keep on keeping on, and that's it for today. And I hope you guys are having a great day. And sorry that my consonants are so powerful, but I don't have a windscreen anymore because it's broken. We'll fix that, I promise. But other than that, that's it for today. That's all I have for you. I hope you're having a great day still since last time I said it. And I will talk to you all again tomorrow. Peace out.